Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream we are going to discuss the Bitcoin price action, because right now Bitcoin looks to be moving once again towards the upside. And what is the very nice part about this exact move we're currently creating here is that Bitcoin is potentially breaking out of this falling wedge scenario on this 30-minute candle close. So guys, make sure to get ready, make sure to fasten your seatbelts, because this looks to be that we're going to get a breakout. And of course, this breakout could be signifying that Bitcoin can be seeing another 1.6% rally towards the upside. And of course, it's going to be signifying that Bitcoin is going to be moving back towards the 55.5k here. So guys, make sure to get ready, make sure to get comfortable for the stream here. We are going to be witnessing, of course, first of all, this 1 hourly close, and of course this 30-minute candle close in front of our eyes here. And we will be right away go over the price action. What we're seeing after this close, of course, is going to be happening as well. This 1 hourly candle will be closing right now here. What is going to be relatively a neutral 1 hourly candle close, because on the 1 hourly candles, yeah, we are still have to break some more resistance, like you can see over here. We still have to be breaking this downtrend over here. But of course, if we're looking to the 30-minute time frame, this looks to be that we're breaking the critical resistance here on the downtrend here, and this could be for sure give us a signal that we can be starting to move up from here on once again. So I am getting pretty excited about what we could be expecting here for the coming hours from here on Bitcoin. So yeah, thank you for everyone who's right now tuning in here. Make sure to get comfortable. I see everyone is already saying here, when is altcoin, someone is asking when is altcoin season starting. We're going to answer all your questions, of course. Altcoins are moving up relatively strong right now, and we'll be talking about some more trading opportunities as well that we're currently have in the market. So before getting into anything right now here, I want to be talking about something very important, because guys, the bears are trading on a very big risk right now because they're almost getting trapped here by all the Bitcoin bulls here in the market. And let me quickly explain to you guys out there what is right now so important. So tomorrow, it's Friday. Tomorrow there are going to be some more options that are going to be expiring on Bitcoin. And while these options are going to be expiring, we can be seeing some very interesting things here. So like you can see in front of your screen right now here, the open interest is very balanced between the bulls and the bears. And since we saw this increasement, yeah, of course, in the recent days here, this is right now favoring the bulls very massively. So you can see over here, if Bitcoin is going to close tomorrow, its daily candle, so the Friday candle, between the 48 and 50,000 US dollars, it's going to be already favoring the bulls. And it's going to be, of course, adding an 85 million US dollars towards the bull instruments. Of course, if Bitcoin is going to be closing between the 50k and 54.6k, it is as well going to be favoring the bulls with another 290 million US dollars. And if we're going to be able to close tomorrow between the 54 and 56,000 US dollars, this will be meaning that, of course, 6,930 call options will be getting wrecked here, and that will be a result in, of course, an approximately 370 million US dollars favoring the bulls. And then second of all, best case scenario, what we could be seeing for potentially tomorrow, and this will be, of course, extremely good here for all the Bitcoin bulls out there, and especially for the price action for Bitcoin in the coming days, especially here, is that we are going to close tomorrow's candle above the 56,000 US dollars. So if tomorrow we'll be getting close above the 56,000 US dollars, guys, there are zero put orders that are going to get liquidated basically and getting flushed out, but there are going to be 7,600 call options getting put out of the market, and this will be resulting in, of course, a net result with the dominance of the bulls for 425 million US dollars. So basically, everything will be bullish as long as Bitcoin is going to close above the 48,000 US dollars on the the Friday close of tomorrow. And personally, I do think the chances are relatively high that we're going to do so. So let's see how this is going to be doing here. And of course, the bears are looking to be getting wrecked because of this. So very interesting to know here, very important to know, and we'll be talking a little bit more about it. But first, let me talk about the charts, because yeah, Bitcoin closed its 1 hourly candle, like you can see in front of your screen right now. But as well, at the same time, it has been closing its 30-minute candle as well here. So 30-minute candle is getting closed there. You can see downtrend, resistance over here as well, and we are right now flushing through this level. So right now there's still a few things that we have to be doing here. Yes, we have been breaking through this critical level of resistance, but at the same time you want to be seeing a higher high structure getting formed here. So right now we're still forming a lower high structure, like you can see over here. So the first job is done for Bitcoin to see maybe some potential upside here in the immediate short term. But the second thing that Bitcoin right now needs to do here is, of course, form a higher high than the previous high over here. So as soon as we're going to set a higher high than the previous high over there, this is going to be resulting in, of course, extremely bullish price action for Bitcoin. And this could be letting, of course, the bulls to really lead the market here in the coming few hours from here on. But I personally do expect that this cool period could be done anytime soon here in this downward sloping consolidation, and that we are going to see some massive moves getting generated here in the coming few hours from here on. So make sure that you're going to get prepared for this one, because yeah, we could be maybe just like we did yesterday and the days before, once again, because we're right now consolidating, make ourselves ready for another exponential leg towards the upside, and maybe from here on as well another exponential leg towards the upside, and maybe this could be bringing us all the way back towards the 57,000 US dollars. So definitely looking forward towards what we could be doing from here on, especially since breaking this downward sloping resist line, we should be as well prepare ourselves for maybe potential another liftoff. So in order for me to really say Bitcoin could be potentially go back towards the 56 or 57,000 US dollars from up this point, I want to be at least, just like I told you a moment ago, see a higher high getting formed than this high over here. So right now we're still in this downtrend. This is of course an important structure to identify. I mean, this candle's red. If we're going to see a retracement on this level, it is not going to be bad. It's going to be only a previous level of resistance getting retested as support, and this could be, of course, have a lot of bullish consequences. So yeah, looking strong here. But on this 30-minute candle close that we are going to witness once again all together, we're of course going to discuss the price section of Bitcoin, but as well we're going to look at it and see can we be closing a higher high than the previous high over here. And if we're going to do so, guys, I will be flipping extremely bullish. So make sure to stick to the end of the stream here, because yeah, much more things to discuss on today's stream as well. Don't forget to smash up the like button as well here, because yeah, of course, the more people like the content, the more viral the cryptocurrency content is going in general, and of course the more people will be getting exposed to crypto, and it will be helping in general to push up the prices here in the market. So told everyone already, the 1 hourly candle close is not necessarily, of course, confirming a breakout yet here. The 1 hourly candles are still running into resistance, like you can see over here. So resistance, 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 resistance. So 1 hourly candle still run in towards resistance. So this is of course important to be breaking right now here, and maybe we could be looking for some kind of a parallel channel or some kind of a falling wedge scenario going to create here on the 1 hourly candles. But that's for now, and of course still a waiting game. And in my opinion, it looks to be that we are already finding a short-term bottom, since we have been going sideways on this lower side over here, and after that we saw a push up towards the upside. It looks particularly solid right now here, and right now the level to break for the Bitcoin 1 hourly chart is this downward slope resist line. And just like I told you a moment ago, to determine what the imminent short term really is going to do, I will be looking at this time frame, and of course say to you guys out there, yeah, we are right now retesting this previous level of resistance as well. Earlier today we were looking at the EMA ribbon. You can see over here, EMA ribbon really provided the support on the lower side. Right now, once again, we're trading above it, so the moving averages could be really helping up to push Bitcoin up once again here. You can see every single time once we're trading above it, retest, 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 retest. So it looks particularly good here, and not necessarily so bad here. So Ellie's real quickly asking me a question: Rover, should you open a long position on Cardano right now here? And I mean, very good question by you. And let me open up my trading view here and go to Cardano for a second here, because yes, let me go over Cardano for you guys out there. Would you open a position on Cardano? I mean, to quickly answer that question, of course, we saw a 4-hour breakout. In my opinion, Cardano, of course, broke out of this symmetrical triangle. Price target is sitting here on the top side of this just the top side of the channel over here. This price target is measured from the swing low to swing high in this pattern, and of course this is a price target of an approximately 21% towards the upside. And is it a good time to averagely buy Cardano right now? Of course, no financial advice, but in my opinion, yeah, it's definitely not a bad time to accumulate, because we have been seeing, of course, a downtrend getting generated. First of all, you can see downtrend, down to downtrend. Here we're forming a higher high, so we have been forming lower high, higher high. So this, of course, the first signal that we're getting of a trend reversal, and that's the reason why these symmetrical triangles, because a symmetrical triangle is basically a lower high structure together with a higher low structure. So you're forming right now a higher low structure together with a higher high structure as well. So what are we seeing right now? We're seeing a trend reversal getting formed here, and personally, I will be extremely bullish for Cardano in the coming days here. You can clearly see the trend shifted here. It already started with this higher low structure, like I told you before. And right now you're forming, of course, this this higher high right now as well. So looking particularly good here, and I definitely think that we should be getting bullish on Cardano right now. Here is the good time to buy a long position on Cardano right now. I will be for sure not say this price here, but the chances of retesting this level is relatively low, especially if Bitcoin is going to be moving up from here on. Because, yeah, Bitcoin is showing the strength right now, to be honest. Like you can see over here, Bitcoin retracing on a 30-minute time frame. And this 30-minute time frame was, of course, retesting this previous resistance line. Almost retesting it, but, of course, almost got a perfect retest. And since then, we moved up here as well. I see Jason Clark donate to the channel. You're saying, I'm boarding for a flight to Cancun. Just want to remind you that you are the GOAT, my man. We are going to the moon. I mean, Jason Clark, don't forget, you are as well an absolute legend here, and thank you for tuning into the amazing stream here. And good luck with your flight to Cancun. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. I don't know exactly where the place is here, but I mean, yeah, I know, Jason Clark, you're enjoying life with your crypto gains here. So, make sure to enjoy your flight, man. Make sure to enjoy your stay over there as well. So enjoy it, man. But thank you for your support of the nation, of course. So yeah, for Cardano right now, I do think we are right now going to really reach this price target towards the upside. So everyone out there who is going to be spot trading Cardano, I do think that you're going to be having a very good job with buying it for an average price over here. If you're going to trade it, I would definitely, if I would, like, let's say, because I want to be opening a position as well in Cardano. So my strategy right now, if I really want to be opening a position, let's say I open my position over here and I set up several limit orders on the lower side, and these limit orders will be getting filled if the market is moving down, right? And especially on this retest over here to average down my entry price. So in general, no, yeah, you could be for sure entering a position, because yeah, I do think that the risk to reward is right now particularly good here to open a long on Cardano. So yeah, for everyone out there who is trading, don't forget to sign up here with BYBIT here. Highest link in the description to be able to trade these assets like Cardano, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatsoever. Whatever you want to be trading, of course. But I do think, yeah, Cardano is right now a good coin in terms of its trend that it is starting, and its potential risk to reward and potential returns that it could be bringing towards us here in the coming days. So I'm a huge fan of Cardano already, and I especially think it's going to be performing very well here in the coming days after seeing, of course, this breakout and this market structure trend reversal. So I can tell you already, it's looking particularly good here. And I think it's Mexico. Nice, man. Mexico. I enjoy it. I mean, I've never been in Mexico, but I will be going to Mexico as well later next year. I will be going to Mexico next year. I still have some plans for it as well. And I'm looking forward towards going there as well in my life. So enjoy your stay in Mexico, Jason Clark. Hopefully you're going to have an Cancun. Hopefully you're going to have an amazing stay over there. So, Super Zoom India, you're saying love you, bro. Love you back, man. Anyone can guess the words. I think I can guess it, She-Boy. I know what you're saying. I mean, you're an absolute legend, of course. Welcome back to the stream. How about Stellar Lumis? So let me look quickly at the Stellar Lumis as well. So guys, I will be keeping my eyes set on Bitcoin mainly, but in the meantime, I will be, of course, go over some altcoins as well to see where the opportunities are laying. Of course, I will be just discussing some coins that we could be maybe potentially swing trade right now here. I will be just looking at different coins like Stellar Lumis, and of course these coins that are right now are pretty undervalued, and I do think, yeah, Stellar Lumis is one of these coins that are still has quite the room to grow here. And Stellar Lumis, of course, forming this higher low structure first of all, looking particularly cute here in my opinion. So you can see higher low getting formed. At the same time, we could be maybe look from the top side towards the lower side, and a lower high getting formed. But as you can see right here, is that if you're looking to this chart, that we are potentially see this break through already. So Stellar Lumis formed resistance on the top side. So if you're extending this resistance line here towards this level over here, you can see rejected. And if you're breaking out of this level, you can see we broke out of it yesterday, and we even found perfect support on it. So I thought that we were getting a rejection by this level, but it looks to me that we're breaking through it right now, and this looks, of course, relatively strong for Stellar Lumis right now on the imminent short term. So looking forward towards what it could be doing over here, because the daily time frame is looking particularly good here. If I'm going to then zoom in towards the 4-hourly candles for a second, you can see clearly has been forming a very stealth uptrend here, and on the 4-hourly candles, it started to move up very quickly. So you can see relatively quickly, we moved up 39% here in just a space of 7-8 days here, looking particularly good here, to be honest. As well, if you're looking for some horizontal levels of previous resistance, you can see major previous resistance zone, like you can see over here. So previous support, resistance. Right now going to be providing support. So I do think Stellar Lumis is right now looking good here. If you're really going to ask me right now, where should you be buying and where should you start to accumulate Stellar Lumis, I will be for sure look at this green box over here. This green box is going to be accumulation. It already proved itself to be major resistance, major support in the past, and I will be looking forward towards, of course, accumulating Stellar Lumens around this range and potentially even go for a swing trade position from that point here, because yes, it has been breaking out of this critical downslope resist line on the daily time frame. So at the same time, Kutsai is asking me, how is it, buddy? It's doing good, man. Thank you so much for your support of the nation. And you're saying IOTA, so let me have a quick look at the IOTA for you, my man. So I'm doing good, man. Let me know in the chat. How's the chat doing right now here? How is the chat doing right now? Let me know in the chat. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling excited about the market? Because yeah, I personally feel extremely excited about the market. And in the same time, we'll be taking a quick look at the IOTA. So let me start off with the daily time frame here, to be honest, or let me look at the weekly. The weekly, you can see it's forming critical downslope resistance line on the weekly. This is a level to break here, of course, on the top side. On the daily, it could be, of course, approaching the exact same way here. Important level that we could be approaching towards in the coming days here. Right now as well, you can see on the imminent short term, we could be looking as well towards this resistance line over here that we're about to get approached here in the coming few days from here on as well. We are forming right now on a very, very good trend here, because you're forming low, higher low, higher low. And this, of course, a good trend here. Everyone is saying, awesome, man, awesome. I think should take some more profits. I mean, I'm not looking to take major profits around this range here. I mean, I'm only going to be trading my I will be only writing my trade higher. So I will be just explaining in a second why I will be trying to write this trade even higher. Someone is asking me, is this your biggest trade? Yusuf, this is one of my biggest trades, yes. In terms of profits right now, I have been trading with larger amounts, but I usually close my trades very quickly. And this is, let's say, the third swing trade I already take in my... approximately the third swing trade I took here. In January I took a swing trade, in December I took a swing trade, and right now I'm doing so once again, and every single swing trade has been profitable. But for now on, it's one of the most profitable swing trades, because yes, I've been, of course, in positions where I'm trading with $40,000 and let's say already take profits with 100% gain on my trade. But right now this trade is already 266%. So yeah, it's a relatively larger trade right now here for sure. So let's go back into IOTA, and let's go back into my trade in a second, because I will be quickly explaining in a second to you guys out there why I will be keeping my trade open and why I still will be anticipating higher prices. And I will be explaining it in a second. It's a very easy way for me to explain it, and I do think that you should be paying your attention towards this as well, because I use a certain method how to determine on where whether we're going to get market reversals, and I will be explaining it in a second. So make sure to stay put for a moment, and I will be explaining it in a moment here. So you can see IOTA looks for me that is creating a very significant consolidation pattern. You can see a symmetrical triangle getting formed here, down slope resistance line, upward sloping support line, and this looks to be that it is going to be breaking out anytime soon here. So IOTA, in my opinion, we're going to see a breakout here in the coming days, in the coming hours from here on. If you're going to look where the apex is getting reached here, it's in approximately 1 day and 12 hours. So expect a breakout here in the coming hours from here on for IOTA. So looking pretty exciting, looking pretty interesting as well. And I do think that we could be seeing a breakout anytime soon, my man. I do think that we could be seeing a breakout anytime soon. And of course, this could be bringing up the price very, very significantly, or it could be bringing down the price, of course, depending on where the breakout is heading towards. If we're going to be breaking down, we're going to see a significant rally towards the downside. And to be clear right away here, if we're going to be breaking down, we could be seeing a 26% correction. Necessarily don't anticipate it. I should only trade it long, in my opinion, right now, especially with the bullish market structure over here. I should only look for long positions. But at the same time, you can see if we're going to be breaking out towards the upside, we could be seeing an approximately 26% move here. Very nice measured move towards the upside that we could be generating from here on. So keep your eyes on IOTA. I do think it could be creating some short-term volatility, and it could be creating a very massive move here anytime soon here. So then let me explain real quickly to you guys out there why I will be keeping my trade open a little bit longer, and why I don't think it's a good time to take profits on your holdings yet here for Bitcoin. Because if I learned, of course, I learned from all my mistakes, I learned from all the market structures and all the things in the past there, and what you're right now scared for right here is maybe such a pullback like we got over here, or a pullback like we got over here, or a pullback like we got over here, or a pullback like here, or this pullback like here, right? So I can tell you already, if we're looking to on-chain data and we're looking to every single pullback we got, we know that if we're looking to on-chain data, that every single pullback we got generated, these major pullbacks always got generated with long squeezes. Every single pullback, of course, this pullback over here, we'll be quickly addressing it. This was not a long squeeze necessarily. This was a minor long squeeze, but this was a long squeeze. So for me on right now, I will be closing my trade as soon as I see the perfect ingredients for a long squeeze that it is coming towards the market, because yes, you can see these things in the on-chain data. Yes, you can see these things for sure. So how you're maybe wondering, how do you see them? It is very relatively easy, because the way how you spot them is there the question that you should be asking yourself first of all here: are there a lot of people in profit? If your question, or if your answer on that question is no, I will be keeping my trade open, and it will be long the market even longer, and it will be not expecting a pullback yet here. And once I'm talking about are a lot of people in profit, I am talking about are a lot of people in profit in terms of trading positions. Then the second thing here, what I want to be saying here, is the short to long ratio equal, or is the short to long ratio not equal? So right now what we see here is that there are approximately the same amount of shorters as longers in the market. So of course there are a little bit more longers than shorters, but of course, it's not necessarily extremely bad here, because like you can see over here on this chart, exchange funding rates, and funding rates are basically, let me explain it real quickly, and Bitcoin in the meantime is pushing up again like we anticipated, of course, but let me quickly explain these funding rates, because this is important for you guys out there to know, and probably a lot of my audience already know what this is, of course, but let me explain it real quickly. Funding rates are basically the rates, the fee that you have to be paying towards the exchange to, of course, cover the long positions. Because usually if you're making a money as a longer, the shorters are going to pay you. If you make money as a shorter, the longers are going to pay you. But let's say there are only longers in the market, the longers have to be paying the longers, and how they pay each other is with the funding fees. So basically it means if the funding fees are extremely high once you're in a long position, you are going to get, that basically signifies that there are a lot of people in long positions that are in major profits. And what we know is that usually once a lot of people that are in long positions and that are in major profits, we tend to see, of course, major market shakeouts. And that is, of course, a thing that I learned from my career. And that is also a thing and a metrics I use to call this previous market top we got over there. Because yes, I did call this top here on my channel, and I did open a short where I made approximately 0.7 Bitcoin with. So yes, I made very big gains here with this pullback, and I literally made 0.7 Bitcoin with only 2,000 US dollars. So I made an approximately 30,000 US dollars with only 2,000 US dollars. So that was a major trade I took over there. It was more of a risky trade because I knew the market was still bullish, but we were going to get this long squeeze. And if I'm looking back towards the previous price action, every single time the funding rates were high, of course, we saw major pullback. So expect this once again here. As soon as the funding rates are going to run up here, and once again it's going to be equaling, like, a lot of people are in profit, and that is a reason for me to start to get panicking. But right now, if we're looking to the market, we can clearly see that the funding rates are still relatively normal, and I only paid 23 US dollars a day to be in this position. So no, the funding rates are not high yet here. So it still means that there are a lot of shorters in the market, and that all these longers out there in the market as well are not a major profit. So for me on so far, this is a good position, and for me on so far, I am not anticipating a long squeeze. I will be anticipating a long squeeze because, guys, I can tell you already, out there in the market, everyone who's right now watching, we are going to get a major pullback anytime soon here. But this will be only happening if there are too many people in their long positions in profit, because you only tend to see long squeezes once a lot of people are in long positions. So make sure to pay your attention towards right now, but I can tell you already, no, this is not the time that we're going to get a long squeeze. Not yet, at least. So make sure to be prepared. Make sure to do your own research, of course. Do your own research on the market, but I do think it's very important to know what is currently going on in the market. And someone is asking me, how many times did you get liquidated? The last time I got liquidated in the market was 2 years ago, because since then I have been using always a stop loss. So no, for me, I've not been really getting liquidated. Yes, I have hit my stop loss several times there, but I mean, on my Twitter page, I will be doing it after the stream once again. I share my P&L a lot of times there, because I'm a profitable trader, and I show it with my P&L, because yes, I show my trade over here already, so why just I don't show my P&L, right? So yeah, I show my P&L as well on Twitter. Of course, not the exact digits, how much, but I show you the lines and the graphs, and you can clearly see I have been a profitable trader. And no, I've not really got liquidated, because the trades that I took, and all my trades for my especially the last year, the last 360 days has been extremely profitable for me. Because I'm just developing as a person. I'm becoming a better trader every single day. I see it myself, because I see it in the results. I see it on the way how I trade. I see it in the responsible ways how I trade. And I see it on my win to loss ratio. Because as well, Let me see if I can see it over here. Yeah, close B. No, you can see it over here in front of your screen, guys. Green, 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 green. I mean, look at my trades. Of course, I have to take some losses over here, but of course, it's relatively low. I have a win ratio out of 8 of the 10 times. And right now, of course, these were all call positions. So right now, I am in a swing trade position. So this position is open for a little bit longer. But usually, if I'm scalping, I have a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 ratio. So yeah, it has been extremely profitable. And I think for sure, if you do your research on trading, it could be for sure possible. So yeah, if you want to be signing up as well, make sure to first always do your own research. And it takes a lot of time. For me, it took approximately 2 years to be a good trader and to become responsible with what I'm doing here. But make sure to sign up here with the highest link in the description. BYBIT is the link where you could be trade your Bitcoin side. And as well, if you want to be just spot trading, BYBIT is as well a very good exchange that you could be using, because on BYBIT you could be as well spot trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other good altcoins. So definitely worth it to check out right now. Definitely worth it to sign up an account and just yeah. I mean, I'm not suggesting to do something anything with yeah, it's of course your financial situation, but at least try it maybe with a very, very minor amount that you can afford to lose there. But it's definitely worth to find out here how it works. So let me see, what is your stop loss strategy? Mark, it definitely depends. Every single trade, I have a different strategy, because I always look on how much confirmations am I getting for the trade. So how much confirmations I'm getting for Bitcoin to see it's potentially going to be moving up. Am I seeing as well bullish divergence? Am I seeing momentum indicators telling it's bullish? Yeah, do I see a bullish pattern as well unfold? That will be, of course, giving me more room for a lower stop loss. But if it's a very high risk trade, my stop loss is as well more tight. So it really depends on the risk I take on the trade, and that will be, of course, determining on what kind of stop loss I use. So for me, it's very hard to say it on this trade right here, but yeah, using a stop loss is important. So let me see, guys, have you already smashed the like? Because I see we're right now watching with 860 of you guys, and we're right now only 17 likes away before smashing up to 200 likes. So quickly, before going further in towards the content, guys, make sure to smash up the likes. It's only going to take a few seconds of your time, and you will be literally mean the world to me here. So don't forget to smash it up here, and while you guys are going to smash up the like button, I will be taking a quick sip of my water. Let me see. Sounds like a plan. What would you enter Bitcoin at? I mean, a lot of people willing to enter Bitcoin right now, of course. What would you enter Bitcoin at? I mean, for me to open a very major long position, I for sure should not be longing these patterns over here. I should not long the market over here. It's too risky to long the market, in my opinion, right here. But I do still think the market is going to move up from here on, but I still will be saying it's too risky. It's too risky to move up from here on, because, guys, I looked at the market real quickly, yeah, and I did some new analysis, and I did some new research on the market. So what have we been seeing? What have we been seeing? This is exactly what I want to be saying. So Bitcoin is going extremely overextended right now on the RSI, right? So a lot of people are saying, I was saying the same here, Bitcoin is going to cool off. It did clearly pull it off over here, but what have we been learning if we're looking to the past here? So Bitcoin was extremely overextended. So this red line is basically equaling the level where Bitcoin was overextended on the 4 hour. So the last time that we were so overextended was on July 2021. So let me go back in the time ever so slightly and see what happened on July 2021, the 25th of July, to, of course, discuss what happened afterwards. So if you're looking towards this overextended period on Bitcoin, we of course went extremely overextended, we cooled off, but afterwards we created 3 new highs. So we created 3 higher highs afterwards, and while we were creating these highs, we were creating bearish divergence along the way down. So I personally think that Bitcoin could be doing the exact same once again, and after that we started to decrease, and then create a rally up once again, because yeah, I do personally think the rally is just going to continue. Only it's going to be a bumpy road. There's no market going up in a straight line. No, it's going to be a bumpy road. It's going to be moving up in waves, but it will be doing so. But like you can see, the last time that we were so overextended on Bitcoin in the 4-hourly time frame, we created two more legs up here afterwards. So are we going to once again see the same market structure? So let me quickly copy this here. Are we going to once again see the same market structure? And let me see. Are we going to copy the same market structure is going to be the real question from here on. So let me quickly copy this, because I do think that there could be, of course, similar market structure getting unfolded right now here. So yeah, we saw this this huge pump here. afterwards a minor correction. And are we going to see the same market structure like this here? Are we going to see, let's say, a minor correction and then create another impulsive wave up here, another impulsive wave up, and then a correction, and then the next move here? So that's of course likely market structure that we could be seeing here. Of course, a lot of people are maybe going to start panicking on this level once again once we're going to reach it, but this is also for a potential scenario that we could be anticipating, because the last time we were so overextended, this was the exact same thing we did here. I mean, yes, we are overextended, but we also have to know right now that there's a lot of greed in the market and a lot of people willing to step in the market. And of course, we know tomorrow there are some options that are going to expire. So everyone who missed this is going to be important. Tomorrow some options are going to be expiring that are going to for sure favor the bulls, unless we're going to be able to close tomorrow's candle below the $48,000 US, but I don't think it's very likely to be happening. So yeah, it's looking particularly good for Bitcoin right now here. And if we're really going to look at the 4-hourly candles, I do think we could be showing some more strength here. And maybe this is already the cool fear that we create here. Maybe we're going to create some more legs down here before creating up another high over there. But in the end of the day, a thing that we should be anticipating is higher prices. No matter what, no matter we're going to go up straight or no matter how we're going to do it, I do expect that we want to be bullish for the coming month here. As well, we know for everyone out there who doesn't know it yet here, there's a 75% chance that this month here on October, a Bitcoin futures ETF will be getting allowed here. And of course, the whales look to be front running the ETFs allowance, because if ETFs are going to get allowed here on Bitcoin, this will be resulting in a lot of money flowing back in towards the market. So at the same time, Bitcoin creating a minor wick on the top side on this 30-minute candle. Not a major reason to be starting to be worried. I would love to see a retrace towards this downward slope resistance line, and of course see a successful retest after that to potentially move up from there on. Looking forward towards if we could be seeing this retest. Of course, it's never bad to see a retest. Retest is always bullish. So let me see. Rover, don't you think Bitcoin is way too far from the 4-hour and the daily EMA? So Yusuf, that's a good question. So is Bitcoin way too far from the 4-hourly and the daily EMA? So I mean, Bitcoin is of course from, depending on which EMA you're looking at, of course. The daily EMA, I mean, what length are you looking at? Are you looking at the 200? Of course, it is quite far away from it. We know that the 200 is a pretty lacking indicator. You can see over here, once we were testing it, right away moved up from there on. But is it too far away? It is quite far away. That's a fact. If we're looking to the 100, I think we are relatively close still. But yes, the reason why we are far away is that because we moved up very quickly, but that's the reason why we're consolidating right now, right? So Bitcoin is consolidating, and that's the reason that for the EMA to once again get a little bit closer. So no, for me, is it really a worry for me right now? Is it really a thing that will be getting me bearish, or it will be help me to stay away from the market? No, not at all. And let me look at the 50 for the daily time frame, to be honest, to look at some sort of levels that we could be approaching at. I mean, yeah, it is quite far away from it, but for me, it's not a reason to be extremely bearish. You can see here the 50 EMA provided major support over here, major support over here, major resistance over here, and right now we're quite far away from it indeed, but it will be starting to curve up very, very quickly as soon as Bitcoin is as well going to create such kind of market structure. But I can tell you already, it's going to become a turning point that Bitcoin is going to correct, and the EMAs are going to come together once again, and we're going to maybe see such kind of this structure, of course, in the market. So yeah, we're far away, but is it? Yeah, of course, it gives you a signal. The market is a little bit overextended. You can see as well the daily EMA. The EMA ribbon is still quite far away from the Bitcoin market right now here. It gives you a clear signal that Bitcoin is going and moving up very quickly. But I mean, yeah, it is likely to see Bitcoin moving up so quickly is once there are no market sellers anymore, because all the market sellers were found over here. And right now, there are not a lot of market sellers, right? So yeah, of course, there are always people that are going to take profits. But we know that the large entities and the large players are right now not really selling up their Bitcoins on this time. So yeah, it's important to look at, but it basically gives us a better signal, like, yeah, we are far away from these moving averages, but it basically means that Bitcoin is moved up quickly, and could be either see sideways action or a correction, of course, a correction. And don't get me wrong, I have been anticipating a correction for Bitcoin, and I will be still anticipate a correction for Bitcoin, because I do think it's going to be healthy to see correction. But I mean, I'm not drawing out the fact that we could be seeing another rally towards the upside getting created from here on before then going to go for a correction. I definitely don't draw it out of the books right here, because a lot of people are anticipating a correction right now here. If we're as well looking to the MACD, still going to say it, guys, hate to break it, and this of course is a signal for me to be a little bit more careful. You can still see the MACD is forming a higher high on the price action, lower high here on the MACD histogram. So what this is basically telling us is that the market is still moving up, but the buyers are losing their strength. So yeah, this is for me a clear signal to be a little bit more cautious. Once again, going to say this, it's not a reason for me, and it's not going to be a provider for me to close my trade. I will keep my trade open, because I know there's going to become a point that we're going to see a pullback, but I know as well that there's going to become a point that we're going to recover even more quickly. So I definitely think if we're going to get a pullback or whatsoever, everyone should start to get pretty greedy, and I do think that there are a lot of people waiting on the sidelines right now to buy up the dip. So I don't think that there's going to be an extreme strong dip here, and maybe potentially the 50k is going to be a very strong barrier where we could be retracing back towards before once again moving up from that point. But for me, there's no reason to close my trade, because yeah, I'm still anticipating higher prices than this 55k barrier that we're right now trading on. We closed this 30-minute candle over here. This is a pretty bullish 30-minute candle close, guys, out there. You can see over here resistance. Sorry, resistance. Right now, retest that support. So, is it a good retest? Yes, this is for sure a very strong retest that we're right now getting here, and I can't wait to see if we're going to be able to break through of this level. I can't wait to see if we could be breaking through of this level, because this is going to be a very bullish provider in the market that could be helping us to push up the price even further from here on. So let me see what the chat is saying here. I see ciao Shane. Yeah, Shane, see you later. Thank you for being here once again. Shane, absolutely legend here in the chat, of course. 88 broke out nice. Yeah, let's look at the 88 once again here, because we'll be keeping my eyes set on Cardano. 88 did broke up very nice indeed, and we will be talking and keeping our eyes set on Cardano for the remaining of the stream here. Each LD for the win. I'll be quickly looking, have a look at each LD. Is it ready for the win? So of course we could be maybe look at a different chart here, because on a daily time frame it looks to be creating as well similar market structure of coins like IOTA, because it looks to be creating in some kind of a symmetrical triangle on the daily time frame. The symmetrical triangle is looking particularly good here in my opinion. This symmetrical triangle is going to be breaking at any time soon here, and what you can clearly see here is that we're forming an upward sloping support line, downward slope resist line, and this is going to be breaking, and this is going to be choosing its direction anytime soon here, and this is going to be resulting in a major breakout here in the market, and this will be resulting in, of course, higher or lower prices getting reached here. But like we know here, and like we have been learning from the past here, is that we tend to see a push up towards the upside if you're creating a symmetrical triangle from a rally towards the upside. So chances are relatively high that we're going to be breaking the top side as well here for the price action of each LD here. So each L for the win. I do think that we could be seeing some more price action towards the upside getting generated from here on. If we're going to take a measured move from this point of the breakout, this could be, of course, a 45% rally. So yes, gains could be running up pretty high here right now. Gains could be, of course, become extremely big here for the price action of each LD. So don't forget to miss out on the each LD right now here. The guys, quickly going to ask you guys, we're right now 30 likes away before smashing up to 300 likes, so don't forget to smash up the like button right now here for, first of all, good fave, and of course, second of all, smashing up the like button. It is only going to take a few seconds over time, and you will be literally mean the world to me here, so don't forget to smash up the like button. You will be, of course, get highly appreciated by me, first of all, and it's only going to take a few seconds over time, and you will be really help me out there to smash it up. So yeah, this is going to be the main scenario that we'll be looking at right now for each LD. It's going to be absolutely amazing if we could be breaking through of this level, and if we could be breaking out of this symmetrical triangle right here. So it looks particularly good here. In the meantime, Bitcoin going for another retest here of this lower side of support. So let's see how this 30-minute candle will be closing. If we're going to be closing once again within this pattern, it's going to be extremely bearish. It's going to be bearish for the imminent short term. We could be maybe see a pullback towards the lower side here. If we're going to create a wick on the lower side, it's only going to be adding more bullish market structure, and it's only going to be adding more bullish feel towards the market. So at the same time, if we're really doing low time frame analysis here, at the same time you can see this is a pretty bullish retest here, because as you can, let's see, excuse me, if we're really going to do low time frame market analysis, you can see on the 5-minute time frame. I know, I can tell you already, I don't like to do low time frame market analysis, but you can see over here, bottom getting found, top getting found, top getting found, bottom getting found, most likely. So chances are relatively high that we could be seeing the 5-minute candle start to move up from here on, and that we could be seeing, of course, a very strong bounce from off this point, because yeah, previous support flipped into resistance over here, and right now most likely it's going to be flipping into support. And if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level and close below it, this is going to be bearish. It's going to be bearish. So going to be important to see how this market is going to be reacting towards this significant chart on the 5-minute time frame right now, and let's see if we could be holding up towards this level. So far it looks to be that we're flipping this candle into the red once again, and we're even flipping it bigger in towards the red. So yeah, let's see how this level is going to be holding on here. But it looks to be that Bitcoin is taking a pretty significant hit right now here on the 30-minute time frame. So, of course, if you're zooming in towards the lower time frame, it seems more worse than it necessarily is here. It's only a few $100 that we're moving down here, but I will be keeping you guys up to date about this short-term time frame because, yeah, if the 5-minute candle is really going to close below this level over here, I do think this is not looking strong here. This is looking like more kind of a bearish market structure that we are having then. So, pretty interesting what we could be seeing here. And if we're going to be able to create a wick on this 5-minute candle and move up from here on, it's going to be bullish for Bitcoin, of course. So, pretty interesting what we're having right now. But each LD is looking good. Each LD is looking solid in my opinion, especially for the coming days here. Of course, if we're looking to the chart, when it will be breaking out is maybe the question that you should be asking yourself here. In 8 days, we're going to reach the apex. What we know here is that we tend to be breaking out before reaching the apex. So hopefully we could be seeing a breakout already before we're going to reach the apex. And there could be, of course, for sure, a very big possibility that EGL is going to do so. So I'm looking forward towards what we're heading towards. And at the same time, guys, Bitcoin is even correcting further on here. So important to know here. Bitcoin is breaking down here. So this is, of course, not a good thing to see here. Bitcoin is breaking down and failing to support. It looks to be failing to support to hold on towards the support line. So, yeah, we're moving down ever so slightly. And maybe this is going to be a cascading effect with an even more bigger, significant correction from here on. So, yeah, we did create a minor fake up. But just like I told everyone out there already, don't open long positions. Only wait for a significant pullback in order to open these long positions for Bitcoin. So, yeah, pretty significant red candle that we're getting right now here on the 5-minute candles. It's well not looking like a very strong candle that we're currently getting here. It's basically a massive resistance candle. So once again, we're all the way back from where we started, and this is going to be the major support zone that I want to be seeing getting holding up here. So if Bitcoin is going to be failing to hold on towards level, it's going to be a little bit more bearish, of course. We will be keeping our eyes out here on the volume that is getting created here, and it looks to me that we're falling down very quickly for Bitcoin right now here. So for you guys out there, real quickly going to discuss it. What are the real targets that could Bitcoin head towards, and where Bitcoin could be maybe find some short-term support at? So short-term top was over here. This was the 52k here, 52.4k, 52.8k. That is going to be really the target that you should be looking at to start to get pretty greedy from off. So 52.8k, 52.4k is going to be this green box over here, and this green box could be a relatively strong level of support, but at the same time Bitcoin is getting bought up ever so slightly. I would love to see this 30-minute candle over here at least close still within this this pattern over here. So if this 30-minute candle is still going to be closing above this downward sloping support line, it's going to be still relatively bullish, because we could be maybe take a different approach from the top side. But still, if we're not going to be able to if we're not going to be able to break and to hold on towards this lower side of support, is going to be relatively bearish here, to be honest, because yeah, right now we have been still forming this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and like I told you before, it's important to break this lower high trend on the Bitcoin chart here. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be resulting in. People are going to say right now here some targets. Bitcoin is at a pretty decent fall. Are we holding for another break here? I mean, I'm holding for my holding position for sure. And like I know as well, is that Bitcoin shakeouts create breakouts. So what we know is that Bitcoin shakeouts create breakouts. So don't start to panic on this candle over here. I mean, yeah, for my trade, I'm taking some significant loss. Not the losses, but I'm taking some less profits right now on my trade. But I'm not even planning to take profits on my trade already over here. So now, for me, it's not a reason to be starting to panic over here. If we're going to be moving back towards levels around this the 52.8k range, I will be adding more to my position. But like you can see already, Bitcoin is getting bought up ever so slightly. So if we could be at least hold on towards this lower side of support, it's going to be still relatively bullish. But at the same time, I'm quickly going to be looking at the Bitcoin liquidations. What we're currently having here, are there some longs getting squeezed out of the market? Yes, we're seeing an approximately $8 million in longs getting liquidated out there. So yeah, some minor liquidations, of course. It's nothing compared to yesterday, but still important to know here. It's an approximately $8 million that just got liquidated in longs here. So that is always a thing that why I say here, be careful with your trading this pattern right here. I definitely did not say that I should be trading this one, but what I did said here is that if we want to be opening a significant long position, that we want to be waiting for a more significant pullback maybe later on, because yes, we could be maybe still move up from here on. I do still think the chances are relatively high that we could be seeing a push up here before then correcting even further. But if we're going to create a correction right now here, and of course if we're going to copy this market structure like we were talking about like we did over here. Let me see. If we're then going to copy this market structure like we did over here, we're going to maybe see something like this, right? So we're going to see maybe potentially pull back towards this level over here, pull back towards this level over here, and then we see a push up, then we see push down, and then we see another push up. That's a potential scenario and potential market structure that we could be seeing unfolding on the market right now. Looks to be that if we're going to look at short-term resistance and support, we know that the top side, if we're looking, if we were approaching it from the 1 hourly candles, it was still a resistance line, like you can see over here. So that was also a thing, excuse me, that we were telling to you guys out there. And it's pretty unfortunate, to be honest, because the 30-minute candles were looking particularly good here, to be honest. These 30-minute candles were looking particularly good here, and maybe you could be redrawing it once again. That's exactly what I said. So that was the reason why, for the perfect confirmation, you want to be will see this lower high structure getting broken here. So you can see over here, lower high structure. You can see lower high, lower high, lower high. And for the perfect breakout, you basically want to be seeing, let me remove this for a second. For the perfect breakout, you basically want to be seeing as well, not a lower high as a breakout. No, you want to be seeing the confirmation with an higher high as a breakout. So you can be as well shift the trend here and shift the momentum. So, so far we are still in this downtrend, at least because we're forming this lower low structure. Like you can see over here, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and so far as well, lower low. So maybe this candle close on the 30-minute candle could be maybe form this higher low over here. If we're going to be creating a big wick on the lower side, it's going to be a relatively bullish candle. Maybe we could be creating absolutely a major wick here and still say and compete like say, okay, we could be still approaching like in a falling wedge breakout pattern. But otherwise, if we're going to close this candle within this level, I will be just approaching it a little bit differently, like this here. But for sure, let's wait on this 30-minute candle close, because we know it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin can be doing some weird things, and if we're looking to the 5-minute candles, like we just did a moment ago to you guys, you can see first of all this level holding up as well several times in the past on the 5-minute candles, and you can see right now on this exact 5-minute candle, it is holding up as well here. So far, this looks, of course, particularly good here. I have been talking about the short-term level of previous support, previous resistance. This is a level that you just want to be holding on. This is a retest that you just want to be holding on. And since we have not been able to hold on towards this level, it's not really favoring the bulls on the imminent short term, of course. But yeah, we know these trends can be shifting very quickly. And it's going to be an important 5-minute candle, to be honest, this one as well. Because if we could be creating such two big wicks here in two 5-minute candles in a row here, and of course, if we could be doing so as well on the next one, we could be maybe showing some more strength on the price action and on this chart right now here. And that is going to be important for me right now. It's important that the lower time frames are going to show some short-term strength here. That could be helping us to push up towards the upside once again here. Because yeah, if the short-term time frames are going to give us some weakness, it's going to be a little more bearish, right? So we'll be keeping my eyes out on that one. As well, at the same time, want to be looking at these things here. You can see, I mean, I'm not really a scalp trader, but let's say if I would have been a scalp trader, what you can see right now here, I will be telling you guys some certain things here. We're forming a lower low in the price action, and what we're seeing, so we are seeing, of course, a higher low getting formed here on the RSI. So RSI is forming a higher low, price action forming a lower low. This is, of course, a bullish excuse me, this is the wrong one. I want to be selecting this one. So yeah, you can clearly see we're forming a bullish divergence right now on the RSI, and this could be really resulting in a potential push towards the upside. But once again, depending on where this 5-minute candle will be closing. So yeah, bullish divergence is getting formed here. That's a relatively good thing to still see here and to still discuss, to be honest, for the bulls out there. But still going to say here, it's going to come down to where the 30-minute candle is going to close here. Is this 30-minute candle going to close below the supportive line here on the lower side? It's going to be relatively more bearish, especially if we're just going to form once again a lower low than this low over here. If we're just going to continue the trend here and not break the trend, because that's exactly what we need right now here. We have to be breaking the trend with a potential higher low than this low over here to potentially have some more chance to see a more higher price targets getting reached here. Because if we're not going to do so, the chances are still as well relatively low here. So it looks to me that the 5-minute candle has been holding up very well with a very strong supportive bounce from there on. To be honest, it looks pretty good here with this big wick on the lower side as well. And look at Bitcoin going. Look at Bitcoin going right away afterwards. So yeah, guys, what I did clearly said here is that we could be still wait for this This candle close on the 30-minute candle, because if we're going to create a big wick on the lower side, like you can see over here, we could be still trade within this pattern. So Bitcoin is creating big volatility here. Bitcoin is retraced back towards the upside. But then, guys, there's going to become a massive test for Bitcoin out there. So for everyone out there, it's going to be a massive test for all the Bitcoin traders out there. It's going to be important for the Bitcoin bulls here to break through this green box once again. So you can see this has been the previous resistance zone here. If we are going to be able to break through this level, it's going to be extremely bullish, of course. But right now you can see already the bulls are getting eaten up here. It's going to be a hard job of pushing the price action back towards the upside. It's not going to be an easy task at all here. And at the same time, we know that the bears want to be suppressing us, because tomorrow we're going to see some option calls getting closed there, and it could be having a lot of influence on the price targets and the price action today as well. So we will be keeping our eyes on that one. And if Bitcoin is just going to create a major wick on the top side on this 5-minute candle, it's going to be still relatively neutral to bearish, so that's not going to be necessarily super good here. So yeah, we will be keeping our eyes out on this these 5-minute candles. It's pretty exciting to see, to be honest. Pretty exciting. Like you can see in the 1-minute candle, it's finding its way back up here. Like you can see, it's finding its way back up here, and at the same time, it's trying to go for another push. So yeah, for me, if the Bitcoin bulls really are going to be capable of retesting this green box here, what is going to be important is a breakthrough as well here. If we're not going to be seeing a breakthrough, it's going to be still game off for the Bitcoin bulls here, and the bears are going to be in control. So in the 30-minute time frame, look at this big wick here that we're creating. So what I'm going to say right here to you guys out there is, if this candle is going to close here on the 30-minute time frame, and of course the 1-hourly candles are as well going to close here in 12 minutes. So if this 1-hourly candle for Bitcoin and if this 30-minute candle for Bitcoin is going to close like this with a big wick on the lower side, this is going to be an extremely bullish candle close here. I can tell you already, this is going to be an extremely bullish candle close. And this will be having a very good influence on the market here on the next candle. So even though if we're going to close like this, I still think we should be a little bit more bullish, because the 1-hourly candles are looking particularly strong here. They're not letting the bears sell off right here, and they're not, yeah, of course, losing their ground right now. So that looks particularly good here. Still going to say it, going to be an important resist line on top side to break here. We could be approaching it like some kind of an, of course, on the 1-hourly candles as well. So like some kind of a falling wedge here. Not the most beautiful one on 30-minute candles. I do think it's a little bit more beautiful. So yeah, still 12 more minutes, guys. And like we know, last 12 minutes in the 1-hourly candles, I mean the last 10 minutes in the last 1-hourly candles are usually going to be one of the most volatile minutes here in these candles. So for sure, everything can still happen here. And I do think that it's still game on here for everyone. It's still going to be game on for everyone, and it could be still go either direction from here on. So I believe this is the bottom before the rise here. It could be for sure Beast, so Eric. And let me know, chat, what do you guys think here? Is this going to be a bullish 1-hourly candle close or a bearish 1-hourly candle close? I mean, I think even though if we're not going to form a lower low on this 1-hourly candle close already over here, it's going to be a relatively good one. Major weak on the lower side, but of course the best case scenario is that you're just going to flip it into the green, of course. For the Bitcoin bulls out there, come on, bears. Let's go for cheap Bitcoin. I mean, go slow app. I think for me on right now, of course, it really depends on everyone's scenario. I mean, I've been already buying I was already pretty busy with buying the dip on the 40K, right? So for me, no, I don't necessarily have to be buying any more cheap Bitcoin right now, because I already spent the most amount of my tether over there. So for me, yeah, just will be waiting. I'm very glad to see the market increasing once again here. But of course, yeah, I still have some tether aside. So if the market is really going to go lower, it will be for sure always benefit. Always benefit. That's a real quick thing that I want to be saying to you guys out there. Always benefit if the market is moving down. And if we're looking to just previous price action, every single time the market is moving down in a short term or long term, it has a good buy. It's a good buy. It's a good buy. It's a good buy. Especially over here, a lot of people in fear. A lot of people in fear. Look at the fear was even bigger than we got over here. It was just for me a buying signal. It was just for me a clear buying signal, because too many people were in fear, of course. So in the meantime, let me move in towards the 5-minute candle. So this 5-minute candle is taking a relatively big hit here, and I think the 1-minute candles are pretty exciting, to be honest. If you look at these, of course, usually I don't really look at them, but right now, of course, because the action is pretty high on the imminent short term right now, we will be taking a quick look at it. So yeah, 5-minute candle closed here, but look at this big wick on the top side. Not necessarily the best 5-minute candle close. And for everyone who just tuned in towards the stream here, if we're going to look at the lower time frames, we know that this is going to be the important box to break here for Bitcoin right now here. And of course, this is going to be as well a level that we have to be breaking through here in order to close this 1-hourly candle higher. So yeah, it's going to be an important level to keep our attention parts. But of course, the more it's not necessarily the most bullish candle close, but these were of course pretty bullish candle closes. So for me, right now, it's indecisive. It's I'm neutral. I'm not bearish or bullish right now on the imminent short term. To be very honest, out there. Let me see. Why do you think Bitcoin moves and alt not so much? Because there's just the money of the altcoins are flowing into Bitcoin. And there will become a time, of course, that the altcoins are going to start moving again here. But the altcoins did already move up so quickly. And I mean, to be very honest, today it has been really an altcoin day. Today it's not the day for Bitcoin, because you can see, by the way, guys, this is a pretty interesting thing to see here. Well, Bitcoin is being moving down on this 1 hourly candle, right? So Bitcoin, you can see over here, Bitcoin has a big red candle of an approximately 1%. The money is flowing into altcoins. So while Bitcoin is moving down, that money that is getting sold off is going into altcoins. Because what we can currently see here is that the Bitcoin dominance is going down. So basically what is happening here is that altcoins are not taking a hit, but Bitcoin is taking a hit, resulting in the Bitcoin dominance to drop off. So money is going into altcoins and out of Bitcoin, not out of altcoins. So pretty interesting. I mean, altcoins were not moving, but they are starting to move today here. I mean, you can see it already. It moved us up with an approximately 2.8% here with the Bitcoin dominance towards the downside. Of course, what we also know and what we also discussed yesterday was this this bullish retest that we were getting for the altcoins out there. So the altcoin market dominance here, you can see. Excuse me, this is the text. This is not what I want. But you can see over here, resistance for altcoin dominance, resistance, support, and once again support getting found. So yeah, it was clearly a thing that we were anticipating here on the market, and in the meantime Bitcoin is moving down even further, so it's pretty unfortunate. Would love to see, because in 7 minutes Bitcoin is going to close this 1 hourly candle here, and what I definitely would love to see here is right now that Bitcoin is going to be able to close its 1 hourly candle with a more significant wick here, first of all. And second of all, what I would like to see is that Bitcoin is going to close its 1 hourly candle not lower than these lows over here, because now we're just continuing the trend towards the downside and even forming a lower low, right? So not necessarily an extremely bullish candle close that we're going to get here. And let's see how this is going to be here. I'm looking to take profits on my 51k based long on your poll. Based on your poll, I mean, tech. That's a pretty interesting one here. And of course, guys, US raising their debt selling through 3 December. Oh, that's pretty interesting, Nicole. We're going to drop market really as AF. We need a healthy correction. I mean, for sure, I do agree that we need a healthy correction. But I definitely agree with that. There's no doubt about that one. I do agree that we need a healthy correction to stay in a good market structure and to, of course, allow the market to, of course, grow for a longer period of time. Yeah, but what? But that could be going into USD Tether, no? I mean, unscripted, that's true. It could be as well going to, yeah, USD Tether. To be honest, because yeah, if the money's going out of Bitcoin, it could be as well going to Tether. That's a good one. Sorry for me. Where will be Ethereum pulling back towards? It really depends on how heavily Bitcoin is going to be reacting. But I mean, my first support zone for Bitcoin is going to be this green line over here. And basically, to look at previous price action, we know that Bitcoin topped out on this level over here, and it's going to be likely to see Bitcoin to see Bitcoin finding some support around this range. But right now, in exactly 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 55 seconds, we're going to close this 1 hourly candle, and of course, as soon as we're going to close this 1 hourly candle, we know more, because like we know in Bitcoin, everything can happen. A lot of things can be happening in a very short amount of time here. So if we look at the 24-hour chart, we know that we got some longs getting squeezed out just a moment ago. We saw an 8 million liquidation for the Bitcoin longs there. But today as well, the funding rates moved down ever so slightly. So more and more shorters coming back in towards the market. That's a good thing to know. Well, the the open interest is still running up here. So pretty interesting what we're right now having here. So let me as well look at this chart over here to determine what we could be expecting here in the imminent short term. Let me look at the longs versus short here. What we're currently having, are there more short or long traders? So it looks to be that there are relatively more long traders in the imminent short term, but we did sell some more short traders a while ago. So it's pretty interesting. If we're looking to the 1 hour, still a little bit more longers than shorter. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah. Let's see what we're going to have here. So Bitcoin is going to close in this 5-minute candle. Is going to be the Bitcoin 1 hourly candle close as well. So this is going to be an important 5-minute candle that we're right now going to be witnessing, because this will be the result on where this 1 hourly candle will be closing. So the last 5 minutes of Bitcoin went in here. Let me see on the 4 hourly candles. Is the 4 hourly candle? The 4 hourly candle is still 1 hour away right now. So that's of course a thing that I personally can't be anticipating right now live with you guys out there. Should we be buying in on 53k? I can't give you any financial advice, my man, but personally my strategy here is definitely to be looking, in my opinion, I will be maybe looking to open a new position here, because yes, I'm already in a long position here for Bitcoin. That is over 250% in profit, but I will be looking to open maybe an extra long position here anytime soon here around the beginning range of, let me see, the 52.4k towards 52.8k, and definitely the next zone, because I will be limit order my positions in here, is going to be the 50.2k towards the 50.6k. So these are definitely 2 accumulation zones for me. Of course, it's either going to be finding some support over here, and if we're going to fail to hold on support over there, I will be finding support over here. And if we're going to do so, I will be basing my average entry price over here. So it's going to be relatively a strong strategy in my opinion. So looking forward towards these ranges. And of course, if we're going to fall further, I will be accumulating more over here, but I don't think that we could be reaching the 48k right here. But of course, if we're going to do so and bounce from either of these levels, it's going to be either way giving me a good average entry price. So we'll be starting with the 52.4k towards the 52.8k accumulation, and we'll be moving further on with my accumulation along the way down with my next position. And just like I did with this leverage long position, guys, if you don't know already, I opened my long position here on the lower side, and what my strategy basically was here is the lower the market is going to move, the more quantity I will be adding towards my positions. And we'll be closing this one for a second. So yeah, the lower the market will be going, the more quantity I will be adding towards my positions. And so far, of course, I still had some more Bitcoin inside to enter more to enter a bigger position, of course, but unfortunately these orders were not getting filled there. So if the market was moving down back to 39k, I was adding more to my position to, of course, average my entry price a little bit lower, and that was basically my strategy. So that is going to be exactly the same thing that we'll be doing for my next trade. I will be just putting several limit orders to, of course, catch this move towards the downside and get a good average buying price. And of course, if only my top order will be getting filled, I'm good because I'm making gains. If my second order is well going to fill, I will be having a good average entry price, and my gains will be even more bigger. So that could be for sure a strong strategy that you could be using as well here in the market. So at the same time, guys, we're 2 minutes right now away before closing the 1 hourly candle, and we are moving up ever so slightly. And looks to me that we could be still potentially close this 1 hourly candle with not a lower low in the chart, but still this relatively same low that we formed on the previous lows here. So yeah, looking particularly interesting, to be honest, and would like to see the market moving up ever so slightly from here on and see a minor push higher. Everyone is expecting a correction. Perfect time to long right now. And Verodem, I do definitely, I do think that there is a point of truth in your word right there, because a lot of people are anticipating a correction. But I mean, to be very honest, if I'm looking to already anticipating a correction, what we know is that there are not a lot of people that are in massive long positions or shorts. We know that there is more quantity traded in shorts right now because the funding rates are still relatively good here. So yeah, we're still looking particularly good here. There's not really a reason to be starting to panic right here. So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad time to swing trade the market still towards the upside. Of course, we're better average entry prices for sure possible. But yeah, let's see what we're going to get. How much do you leverage? I mean, really depends on my trades, of course. On this leverage, I took a 12x leverage, but with these trades, I will be taking just the 10x leverage approximately. Are you in any altcoin longs? I will be opening anytime soon more longs on altcoins right here. I will be opening more longs on altcoins anytime soon. But guys, the 1 hourly candle will be closing right now here, and it looks to me that we're going to close still a lower. It looks to me that we're still going to close on a lower high than lower low than the previous lows. So yeah, we're still cleared into this downtrend. But yeah, pretty interesting how this 1 hourly candle closed there. It looks to be a rejection from the top side. Of course, this pattern over here on the this chart is a little bit invalidated, of course. We'll be keeping my eyes out on the chart still, and we could be still approaching like here. Tops are providing resistance. We still see the significance, and we could be for sure still approach this level very significant severely. And what the good news is here is that the 30-minute candles are still trading within this lower side of support. So that's the only relatively good news that we still have here for Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, this was already it for today's stream here. We'll be, of course, go over Of course, I will be back tomorrow at least with another stream here to discuss the market. So guys, thanks so much for once again watching towards this amazing update video. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, Instagram, Twitter. Everything is found in the description here, of course. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you want to be staying up to date about market developments and market updates here. As well, hit that follow button and subscribe button and ring the bell notification, especially to stay up to date with all the market developments that we are seeing here in the market. So guys, thank you so much for watching to this amazing new update here on the channel. Yeah, don't forget as well, smash up that like button, by the way, if you haven't already. We're just only 23 likes away before smashing up to 400. Would be truly amazing if we could be doing so, maybe. But guys, thank you so much for watching once again to this amazing stream. We're doing this every single day here. We're giving you guys a live show every single day, and it will be for sure continuing with doing so as well here in the coming days here. And of course, if you guys really like it, let me know by smashing up that like button. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.